Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 135th episode of Tuesdays with Tobe. My name is Tobe Frierson, and as I say each week, I am excited, I am delighted, I am joy-filled to be back before you again today with another message. Now, some of you already saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. This isn't what was promised. If you watched last week, we did part one of my first Disney cruise, and it's on the Disney Wish. And I was telling you all about this fantastic vacation that I just had an opportunity to take. And I'm supposed to be following that up with part two of that episode. Guess whose phone is not cooperating? Will not allow me to download any of the videos, any of my still shots. And so we're gonna pivot because that's what we do, right? I could have put up a under construction message and I could have not sat before you all today, but I'm not having that. I've made this vow to myself that I will be posting something every single Tuesday. And lucky me, right off the heels of that trip, the Hilton-Robinson family gathered in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So there's still a lot to talk about. Now, before you get excited, Hilton-Robinsons, because I know some of you came to the channel to specifically see the recap, right, of our time together this past weekend, but same issues happening with those videos. They are stuck somewhere and they are not downloading into my app, but I'm gonna set up what we just did over the last 3 days. I am going to love on you all and I'm gonna tell you what a tremendous time that I had seeing so many of you that I have not seen, many since the pandemic. So let me give you all just a little teaser. Picture this. If you've ever been to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, there's something called the Myrtle Beach Convention Center. So here we go, 130 family members or so descended upon the convention center. We use the Sheraton that's right attached to it as our home base in terms of lodging. And we were together from this past Friday. Some of us came in Saturday when we kicked things off, Sunday, and we departed yesterday on Monday. And this is, first of all, our reunion stemmed back from 1976. So first reunion being recorded in 1976. These happen on an every 2-year basis. I think there was a time span where we may have gone a little bit longer, but traditionally they've been every 2 years. My personal first reunion, or at least the one that I remember, was 1986. And from 1986 all the way until 2023, with maybe missing one or two there in those spans of years, I have been able to sit with, to our typical numbers are 200 plus, good years 250 plus, but I've been able to sit with over 200 family members every other year and learn about where I'm from and what people have done and accomplished within the family, and basically kind of what the lineage and the roots are. And I did not know how rare that was until you go and start talking about these things and folks are like, what you're describing, Tobe, sounds like a conference. That sounds like a conference or a convention. What do you mean it's a family reunion? So again, here's your little teaser. On Saturday night was what we call our meet and greet. It's when everybody gets together. We come into a ballroom together. We have heavy hors d'oeuvres. There's typically a game or a few games and just time to kind of connect and see who's in the space and who's in the room. The next day, this time because we're at the beach, there wasn't a scheduled like family tour, but most of the time, whatever city or location we're in, we're hopping on a charter bus and we're going to do said thing. Well, we hopped ourselves to the beach. And yes, this is South Carolina heat. It was super hot, but we went out there, we went to the beach, we laid on the beach, we got in the water, we did all the things, we just had fun on the beach. Some people went shopping, some folks took advantage of some other amenities there in Myrtle Beach. And then the evening portion is called our reunion banquet. Our reunion banquets are semi-formal banquets where we get dressed in our best attire. And there's normally an MC for the event. This year it was cousin Cedric Johnson. He MC'd us and took us all the way through. And you all, when I talk about the fact that we have this banquet, it's a phenomenal meal. After the meal, it's a planned out program with a keynote speaker. Shout out to Jessica Cato, my baby cousin, who was our keynote, who talked about the village that it takes, right? To raise any of us, it takes a village. And she just had a phenomenal message and just tied it in to who we are as family members and how even though Charles and Marie are responsible for Tobe, Oh my goodness, there are so many others, right? And that was the intent of Jessica's message, to try to talk around that a little bit and to get us focusing on and not being afraid of our village either, right? All this help and support and the way we prop each other up, we have to receive that as well for it to be beneficial. We can stiff arm people, and I'm not saying that some of us do, but we can stiff arm people, we cannot listen. And when those things happen, your village doesn't work for you because you haven't allowed the village Jessica, I don't know why I'm trying to recreate your message. I'll stop with that, but you get it. There was a keynote speaker, and then after the keynote speaker, we went on and did some memorials. So all of our family members who were not with us since the last reunion, which again, it wasn't on the normal schedule because of COVID. So we had a pretty long and extensive list of people who've passed on. We had an opportunity to honor them. And then Cousin Joe came up and did the roll call. And the roll call is literally when we call out every single state. And if your state is represented, you give a big hoot, a big holler, and you rep your state. And then we had some closing remarks by the chair of our committee, none other than Lois Brooks, who did a phenomenal job getting us to Myrtle Beach and bringing us back together after the pandemic. I think this will be probably one of the hardest reunions to plan because it's the one that's coming back, right? So you're ready to do it really big, and we did it big in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So Cousin Lois, shout out to you. Thank you so much for all of your effort. After we did that, you all, then the DJ started. And I can't believe I don't have the video. Well, I do have the video. The video is not downloading. We already went over that, right? Apple support's coming. But then we got on the dance floor and the banquet turned into a family party. And we just had a ball. You might hear my voice already. It's like, Tobe, your voice sounds a little bit different than it normally does. It does indeed. It's because I've been talking all weekend. I've been yelling all weekend. I've been saying, oh my gosh, cuz, give me a hug, all weekend long. And when you do that, you don't have a voice. And lastly, two more things about the family reunion weekend that I haven't mentioned yet is that every family reunion, there's the iconic family photo, of course. So I missed that. I just kind of breezed over that. That was way before the banquet. So these are the shirts. Oh yeah, there's also a t-shirt. But the iconic family photo, I wish it would upload for you, but again, you all are just gonna have to track with me next week or the weeks after to make sure you can see all of that. But the iconic family photo was taken. It was really amazing. Just standing there again, wearing our colors, like, oh, Tobe, y'all have family colors? We don't. We change the colors of the t-shirt every 2 years. It just sounded good. But that was a component. So we got that big family shot. We had our t-shirts. And then lastly, we got a chance, you all, to worship together as a family. And so again, since 1976, what I just described has kind of sort of been the format of how we put together a family reunion. And this worship moment we had this year, it was at a church in Myrtle Beach called Sandy Grove Baptist Church. And the pastor happened to be Dr. Sean Johnson, who had a tremendous connection with a few people within the family because he's a superintendent of schools in Clarendon School District. And the family home base is Clarendon County. So look at all this, right? It was amazing. But Sandy Grove, none of them were looking, but it's okay. Sandy Grove, thank you all so much for the incredible worship experience you all created for our family, right? We're all sitting there, and I would say there was probably about 50 of us or so that took the opportunity to go over. Our hearts are already full, right? Because we're getting all the stimulation from being around so many people that we love and care about and have not seen since the pandemic. Many of us haven't seen since the pandemic. And then you match that and you take that in with your faith. And everybody's kind of on one accord, and we're singing the songs, and we're praying the prayers, and we're hearing the message, and literally we're sitting shoulder to shoulder, side by side. Hopefully I'm creating it for you. I have footage, well, I don't have footage of like the preaching or whatever, but I have footage of some of the worship moments, certainly the music. Band, musician, Sandy Grove, you guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was trying to get incredible out. I was like, what was that word, Tobe? But guys, I had an incredible weekend celebrating with the Hilton-Robinson Family Reunion. Cannot wait to show you all the videos, show you the photos. Family, y'all already know. Hopefully y'all are on the phone, texting each other the photos that you took, setting up recap meetings. I already have 2 recap meetings set up because I just want to continue to process all that we got a chance to do, all that we got a chance to experience all that we got a chance to feel over the weekend. And to all of you who are watching, whether your families have family reunions or not, whether they're on this scale or not, hopefully you do have people that you get excited about being around, that really kind of set your heart aflame, just set it on fire, with a whole lot of joy, a whole lot of pride is associated with being a part of a family too, right? And I wish that for all of you. I wish it for all of you. If you don't have that in blood family like the Hilton-Robinsons, then we all have opportunities to create our own family by being friendly and by having friends and by having community. And I wish that for you today. As always, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And Hilton-Robinson Family Reunion, congratulations to the committee on giving us just the most phenomenal time ever. I'll see you guys back here next week with videos and with footage. Take care, everybody.